Somebody's lying. ID age verification is an absolute disaster. Corporations that associate with ID verification vendors often claim that they don't store IDs or personal info, but most of the time, that's a lie. And I'm going to demonstrate exactly what happens when you verify your ID with a real vendor. Because if something is really to protect the kids, why do they need to hide the truth? Well, money, obviously. But still, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's going on with ID verification and why so many companies now want in. So first, I'm going to set my VPN location to Australia just because I know they have some of the strictest ID verification rules in the world now. And I'm going to try to sign up on Kik, which is Australian as well. And immediately we're asked to complete age assurance. So I'll verify now, and here we go, powered by KID. I'll talk about KID in a second. Right now I'll show more options, use my ID. So everything is going to lag for a bit because the VPN is in, well, Australia. But once it loads the QR code to continue on a phone, we can see all these new requests appearing called status. This is called a polling request, and basically what it is the client continuously asking a server, hey, is the user verified yet, over and over. And if I click on one of these requests and view the headers, obviously not KID. We'll look up these guys as well after I show you what happens. But just know for right now, KID does not do any verifying. They're just what's called an orchestrator, which you probably hear that term a lot more with things like AI orchestrators and such. But basically, KID is an API that just manages other APIs. So right now it's invoking this DCAMS API because I chose to verify with an ID. But if I choose to verify with a credit card, it probably would have called Stripe or some other payment processor's API. Essentially, KID is not doing any verification work. It's just managing, which is actually the selling point for KID or any other orchestrator. KID is basically just there to manage the verification vendors and tell Kik if you're approved or not. It really just makes it so that Kik doesn't have to handle any information and creates basically a liability gap if something happens, which no one wants liability, especially in tech.
Oh my God, I lost it all.
Anyway, getting back to these polling requests, everything looks typical. It basically just states what step of the verification process we're on, and with my phone connected to the PC, we're going to scan the QR code. Connected to the same VPN, of course. All right, so I'm going to reload the page so we can capture the network traffic. I obviously had my camera covered, send off the pictures, and would you look at that? DCAMS is sending requests to Cognito Identity Pool. Basically, Cognito Identity is an AWS service that gives a user temporary access to a server to do one or two things specifically. In this case, it's for me to upload photos. Your ID goes directly into an AWS Cloud Bucket. Does this remind you of anything yet? Now granted, T's Cloud Bucket was completely unsecured, but let's look at this DCAMS service and see what it's all about. Okay, so it seems to be from this company called Veritod. Document Capture and Management Services. DCAMS is a storage system for identity documents. The system will allow you to securely store customer identity documents and allow your internal teams to review uploaded documents. So nothing about deleting them. Oh wait, this actually might be DCAMS Plus. API service to scan identity and identity documents. Yeah, this is it. We'll also verify the document through security checks, match a selfie, and better coverage of non-US documents. You know, now that you mention it, why is an Australian company not using an Australian service for verifying their citizens? It's even storing the IDs on American infrastructure. Is this a Five Eyes Alliance thing, or are they just lazy? Yeah, so obviously verification failed. But let's take a look at Veritod's site just to see what they have going on. Identity document. Robust ID document verification. Maintain an audit trail, bro, come on. The documents are stored to maintain an audit trail for compliance purposes. I mean, that's just the smoking gun, isn't it? Right from the source. Anyway, verification failed. I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope you learned something about the ID verification industrial complex, or whatever we want to call it. I really like doing little investigative videos like this, so if there's something you want to see, leave a comment and let me know. I read them all. With that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.